Welcome students to the new video on Vedic maths. In this video we are going to learn about how to multiply two numbers near the base. But before I start, if you look at this problem and if I ask you that how much time it will take you to multiply these two numbers, right? If I ask you how much time it will take to multiply these two numbers, if you wish to know how to multiply these two numbers without even using your pen or paper and want to answer the question in few seconds, then you can certainly watch this video, right? So let us start. So to start with, I am going to take a small example, right? And then I will solve these problems as well. So suppose I want to multiply 98 by 97. So the first thing is that I hope you are clear about the idea of base. I have discussed what is a base in the very first video on Vedic math series. If you have not watched that video, please go and watch that. But just to give you a quick recall, a number which starts with 1 and ends with 0 is known as base. Like 10 is a base, like 100 is a base, like 1000 is a base, like 10,000 is a base, and so on. So first we write these two numbers 98 and 97, and we note that the nearest base to these two numbers actually is 100. So 98 is minus 2 less than 100 and 97 is minus 3 less than 100, right? This is the deficit. So basically we are looking at the deficit because these two numbers are less than base. The answer for this question is written in two parts. One is known as the left hand side part. So let us first understand how to calculate the left hand side part. So to calculate the left hand side part, you take 98 and then you subtract this minus 3, means you do the diagonal operation. So you subtract minus 3, what you get is equal to 95. Not only that, you could even have subtracted minus 2 from 97. So in that case, the answer will remain same. So 97 minus 2 is also 95. Here I just want to highlight this, that I have talked about both ways of calculating left hand side just for the understanding purpose. While you will be solving the problem, you don't have to do it both, right? You just have to do one of them. Then we have to calculate the right hand side. And how do I calculate the right hand side? I look at these two numbers, that is minus 2 and minus 3, and I just multiply them. So I write minus 2 into minus 3. What I get is equal to 6, right? So the answer should be written as left hand side part and right hand side part. But before I write the answer, there is one very important concept which you should keep in mind. One very important point. And what is that point? That when we are writing the right hand side, we have to make sure that how many zeros are there in the base. Means if I look at this base has how many zeros? This base has 2 zeros, right? This base has 2 zeros. So the right hand side should also have same number of digits as the number of zeros in the base. So we just don't write 6, rather we write 06. I hope you got this point. Why I am writing 06? Because in the base, how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So the number of digits in the right hand side should be number of zeros in the base. So the correct answer will be 9506. Let me write this. This is one important remark. In case if you want to note it down, you can note it down also. That the digits on right hand side should be equal to the number of zeros, the number of zeros in the base, right, in the base. Let us understand the next problem. Suppose the next problem that I take is 89 into 88. So now what I have to do, I write 89 here, I write 88 here. The deficit is -2, here the deficit is -11. The answer will be written in two parts, left hand side. So I can write 88 minus 11 this way, right? I'm not doing both way. Now you are clear from the first problem. So this will be equal to 77. What will be the right hand side? Right hand side will be minus 11 into minus 12. That will be equal to 132. So the answer will be 77. And listen this very carefully. Here also you have taken the base as 100. So if you write this 132, it actually has 3 digits, which is more than the number of zeros in the base. So what you do, you take this 1 as the carryover term. I hope you are clear about the concept of carryover from the previous video. So in spite of writing 32, I will place 1 over here so that this 1 can be taken over in the left hand side. So if I take this 1 in the left hand side, we have 77 here. So that will become 78 and 32. Okay. Now let us take some bigger problem. Suppose I take 994 into 992. Now I won't be talking about the details. I'll be writing my answer very quickly. So the difference here between our and what is the base? Base here is like 1000. So this deficit here is -8. The deficit here is -6. What will be the left hand side? Either subtract -8 from this number or subtract -6 from this number. I hope you got. Either you subtract -8 from 994 or you subtract -6 from 992. So if I subtract -6 from 992, I will get how much? I will get 992 minus 6, right? 992 minus 6. That is what my left hand side. And what will be my right hand side? My right hand side will be -6 into -8. Let me write here -6 into -8. So if I subtract this, I will get 986. But if I multiply these two numbers, I will get 48, right? I will get 48. But how many digits 48 has? It has only 2 digits. But the number of zeros here are 3. So I will write 0 here. So the answer will be 048. So the correct answer is 986, 048. I hope it is making sense to you. Let us do some more problem. Suppose I take 9989 into 9888. Now I am making the problem slightly bigger. What is the base here? The base here is 1 followed by 40. What is the deficit here? The deficit here is -112. What is the deficit here? The deficit here is -11. Now you are smart enough to understand that if I subtract 112 from this number, it will take me more time, right? So it is just better to subtract 11 from this number. So what will be the answer? It will be 9877. This will be my left hand side. What will be my right hand side? I have to multiply 11 by 112. And I hope you also have seen the video on this channel where I have talked about how to multiply a number by 11. So you remember that you consider an imaginary 0 and you add that, so you get 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 0 plus 1 is 1. So the correct answer is 98771232. So I hope you can understand that this whole process can be done very quickly, and if I go and multiply it by regular process, it is going to be very, very time consuming, right? You can practice some more problem and come back again in case if you feel like you have not understood the concept. Now, in all the examples that I have taken, you might have noticed that the numbers are both numbers are below a certain base, right? So the next example that I am going to take, the numbers are going to be above a certain base. So I have 104 and suppose I have to multiply it by 107. So here also the concept does not differ, you can see, but here there is no deficit, but rather there is a surplus, like this is plus 4 and this is plus 7. So I hope you might already have guessed that for calculating the left hand side, I have to add 104 plus 7, that is 111. Or I could also have done it like 107 plus 4. This is just to explain you. You have to just do one of them. And now what will be the right hand side? The right hand side is like 4 into 7, that is equal to 28. The base here was what? What was the base? 100. 100 has how many zeros? It has 2 zeros. So the right hand side should have 2 digits, which already have. So the correct answer is 11128, right? Very quick. We don't have to, even think much. If I do one more problem, suppose I take 112, I want to multiply it by 109, and I will be writing my answer directly. Plus 9 and plus 12. So I can add plus 9 to this. If I add plus 9 to this, 112 plus 109 is equal to 121. This is the left hand side. What is the right hand side? 12 into 9. 12 into 9 is 108. But you note this 108 has 3 digits which we don't want, right? Because the base is 100, so we just want 2 digits. So what I will write? I will take this 1 here in the left hand side. So this 1, if I will take in the left hand side, this will become 122 and 08. So this is how we can quickly multiply numbers either if both of them are above the base or both of them are below the base. It is not just that it will work for both above the base or below the base. We can even talk about the numbers when like 1 is below the base and 1 is above the base, like this number. So if you look at this particular example, we have 96 and we have 107. So this is minus 4 less than 100, means here the deficit is minus 4. Here the surplus is plus 7, right? So the process remains same. What will be the left hand side? Either I add 7 to 96. Either I add 7 to 96 or I subtract 4 from 107. And I think you can clearly notice that in both the cases it will be 103. How the right hand side will be calculated? The right hand side will be like minus 4 into 7, and which is equal to minus 28. For our convenience in Vedic maths, whenever we get a negative term, what we do, we put it as a bar. Like if I have minus 28, I will write it as 28 bar. Okay. So the answer will be what? Answer will be 103 and 28 bar. But the important thing to note here, that I can't leave my right hand side, and this is very important. I can't leave my right hand side as negative. So what I have to do, I have to take one carry from this side to this side, right? So if I take one carry, this 103 will become 102. And when I take one carry, basically I am taking 100 in this side because this is a 100th place digit, right? So if I am taking 1 in this side, basically I am taking 100. So 100 minus 28 will become how much? It will become 72, right? Or you can even consider it like that, subtract 1 from this and take the complement of 28. So we have just seen that how to multiply two numbers which are near the base. Both of them may be above the base, both of them may be below the base. One of them may be above the base, one of them may be below the base. So in this video we are ending it. In the next video we will take some more problem, and we will also discuss about how to multiply the numbers quickly in other situation. Thank you. Like and subscribe.